What is a TISH? Hey, this is Hank from HankSellsHomes.com, Realtor with RE/MAX Elite. A while back, I had a home seller ask me, Hank, what's a TISH and what does it mean to me? So I thought I would do a video on that. TISH, T-I-S-H, is a truth in sale of housing inspection. So it's an inspection that some municipalities, some cities here in the Twin Cities require you to have in your home before you can put it on the market. And how this all works and what they look for can really vary by city. And not all cities require a TISH. In fact, it kind of changes. I know like one city, Crystal, recently got rid of the requirement to have one. But the first thing I would do is to learn about TISH for your city is to just go to the Google machine and type in truth in housing in your city. And all the information should come up on the TISH. I know something unless they don't require it. I know I had someone recently that looked for Maple Grove and nothing came up. And the reason was Maple Grove does not require a TISH. Again, this can always change, but what they look for, again, and how this works kind of varies. And I'm thinking of like Minneapolis, the TISH is good for 2 years. And if memory serves me, in St. Paul and actually most other cities, they're good for 1 year. So a year after you have it done, you have a year from the time you get the TISH back until you close on your home. And as a seller, I would not put this off. Over the years, more than once, we waited for a TISH to come back to put it on the market. And we can be very proactive on this. Usually when I meet with sellers, talk about selling their home, I can bring a TISH from another property and kind of go over it with what they require so they can be proactive as far as taking care of necessary repairs or anything so that you can have it done just once. So what usually happens is, or how it does happen is, they come out, they go through their checklist, inspect everything, and sign everything off. But if they ding you on something, you have to go get it repaired and then have the TISH inspector come back and sign it off. And so usually these inspections cost a couple $100, but if they need to come back, you have to pay them an additional $80 to $120 or so to come back and sign it off. And again, what they look for in the process kind of varies. I know in Minneapolis, they kind of big deal the outside faucet backflow protector. So they want to make sure that water is not getting contaminants. I'm sorry, don't get in the main water supply for the city. And actually, for any city, one of the first things they look at are smoke detectors and CO2 detectors, and that's one of the easiest things to address. But having said that, there are different requirements as far as where they're at. So again, that's something that you can learn from their website. Or I can help you with that too. We talk about selling your home. Some quirks kind of over the years. I know one city, I think it was Robbinsdale, could be wrong, but I think it was. I had a seller that had recently put in a water heater. It was all installed correctly and everything. But they dinged them on the fact that the overflow pipe that comes off the top of the water heater and goes down to the side, that wasn't copper. But when they bought it, it came with a PVC pipe, and that's what it came with. But the city required that they replace that and put copper one in. And I found this to be quite odd because shortly after that, I went to a big box store and noticed that the whole row of them had PVC pipe and not copper. But it is what it is. It's the requirement. You have to do it. You have to take care of it. So that's what you do. As a buyer, a TISH can be just another tool that you can use to find out information, on the home. So as a buyer, when you're walking through the home, you can kind of see what you observe about it, and then you have the seller's disclosure, and then you also have the TISH to look at. So it's another tool to learn about it. And then when it comes time to make an offer, as a buyer, you'll need to sign that TISH as part of it, be attached to your offer, so that they know that you've read it and see that it's been taken care of. So that's a TISH, T-I-S-H. If you have any questions or are interested in buying or selling a home, contact me at hank@hanksellshomes.com, 763-607-4410.